need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that. Hey, never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on the roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that. Big stack, big stack in my bag. It's like that, like big stack in my bag. Get to it, like that, like.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. And it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this was a team after the Russell Wilson trade that looked like they might be bottoming out. But for years, the Seahawks have had great success in the NFL draft, as you well know. And they've used the last few drafts to really restock this roster.
And they certainly have restocked this roster and have gotten back to playing football the way that they want to do it. Seahawks football, which means running the ball with authority on offense. They've added runners, offensive linemen, and now they're just being forceful in the way they're going about their business, the way that they did it when they ran the Super Bowls.
Meanwhile, optimism reigning with the visiting Panthers. They've got a new coach, they've got a new quarterback, and they've got a real chance to be a playoff team in 2023.
And a lot of it starts on the defensive side of the ball where they've been good for the last few seasons. If the offense joins them, they will be a tough out in the NFC South.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ready. First play, and Young is going to throw it. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. Caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
There he goes, right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Nice run from Sanders to accomplish a couple of long-awaited firsts last season in Philadelphia. Finally broke 1,000 yards and had 11 touchdowns to help reach his first Pro Bowl.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go again with Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Able to complete this to Geno. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Young. And it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Young. Buying time to his left. And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time, but looks like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3, cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football, 1st and 10. And Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game. There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's dropped right at the 40, gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Young's throw into the hands of the receiver, Geno. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Darrell Taylor in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Young will set to throw. And that is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
On the double.
Young He's got the hook up. It's Chenault on the crossing route. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
Let's go.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Throw out wide to Walker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. That is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Dancing to his left. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Smith. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Young. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now Young. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized his offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Young. Rolling to his left. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Young. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Ready.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of the defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This will be a 37-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw on 2nd down is Smith, escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Now Geno on 1st down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf second touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now Myers for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he returns this to the 22. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score. And sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. It's a second down run with Sanders. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's on his way. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 62 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
98 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Young to throw it. Touchdown, Panthers! LaVisca Chenault, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are back within a couple of the lead. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback, because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that, because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's Smith now on second down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now a first down throw for Young to Chenault on the slant. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Young on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
After the interception, here's Smith. Flushed out right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Smith now to throw. Steps away. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 8. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Geno Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
That throw by Young incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run with Sanders. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run, not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. A shotgun snap for Smith. Out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
Back to Walker on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first and 10, Smith fighting through pressure. And his throw is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Now Geno. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Geno now to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and goal from the 1. Now Smith. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Walker. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They snap it to Smith, eluding the pressure right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 15 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now.
Oh, wide open, complete. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown on the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ready?
They'll run at Sanders. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
Caught by Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Young will set to throw. And that is incomplete here.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now this red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Young. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a... Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That's returnable now for Smith. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
To throw on 2nd down is Young. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now a carry for Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Young on third down. Forced out to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Looking to throw, Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, the Panthers turned away on fourth down, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. In motion right, that's Metcalf. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Smith. On the move to his left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw, Smith. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Smith and Jigba, 38 yards, and the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now Sanders. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Young off the bootleg. Touchdown! Adam Thielen, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Stiff-armed him. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Smith steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying him.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Play action. It's Smith.
Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Derek Brown picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Panthers about ready to take over. First and 10, Young. And Shark calls it in. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, Young. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play. Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line hoping for more time to attempt a likely third down pass.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Smith. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And
oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
On the move past the 40. In, puts it on the carpet, it's out.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Defensively well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Geno now to throw. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down. To throw is Smith, rolling to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short, fourth down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on fourth down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Young now. Eluding the pressure right.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. Young to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Let's go.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks will get the football back in outstanding field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Smith going to throw it. This is Fant on the short completion. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A shotgun snap for Smith. Being chased out left. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Here we go.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll roll him out right. He hits his target, Lockett. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Smith. This is the tight end fan. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Flush to his right.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now Smith. Flushed out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Throwing now, Smith. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Bring it! What's the deal? Get it, big! Come on, boys, come on, come on. We gotta get that first down. Let's go. Play right, play right. Come on, son.
Now Geno. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of the man who's been doing this for a while, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, and he did it with both his arm and his legs. You talk about a dual threat. How about this headline? 2 touchdowns passing, 2 more rushing. They just couldn't find a way to slow him down.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.